Hello everyone, I am back to another chapter of civics, chapter 3, how the state government works. Today talks about the following topics. Who is an MLA? A debate in the legislative assembly, and third one, working of the government. In this chapter, we examine the work of the government at the state level and what is the role of a member of the legislative assembly. Let's start. Government works at three levels: national, state, and local. In state, it is the MLA. MLA full form Member of Legislative Assembly, who represents the people. The MLAs enter the assembly and form the government. Every MLA is elected from one area, and this area is known as constituency. A political party whose MLA own more than half the number of constituencies in the state get majority. The political party is called the ruling party, and all the other members are called opposition. Who is an MLA? Member of the Legislative Assembly are elected by the people. Then they become member of the Legislative Assembly and also form the government. These MLAs belong to different political parties. Each state in India has a legislative assembly. Each state is divided into different areas or constituencies. From each constituencies, the people elect one representative who then becomes a member of the legislative assembly. Next, how do people who are MLAs become minister or chief ministers? A political party whose MLAs have won more than half the number of constituencies in a state is said to be in a majority. The political party that has the majority is called the ruling party, and all other members are called the opposition. After the election, the MLAs belonging to the ruling party will elect their leader, who becomes the chief minister. The chief minister and the other minister have the responsibility of running various government departments or ministries. Chief minister and other ministers. MLA of the ruling party choose or nominate their leader for the post of chief minister of the state, but the CM is formally appointed by governor. The chief minister selects other ministers who are asked to manage different departments or ministries of the government. Such ministers have dual responsibilities, those of an MLA as well as of a minister. Next, member of Legislative Assembly. Every state is divided into constituencies, and the number of constituencies changes according to the size and population of the state. People from each constituency elect their representative through voting, and those elected representatives are called member of Legislative Assembly. MLA come from different political parties, and there is one legislative assembly in every state. The political party whose MLA have more than half the number of constituencies in a state is known as the majority or ruling party, and all the other parties together are called opposition party. A debate in the legislative assembly. A legislative assembly is a place where all the MLAs, whether from the ruling party or from the opposition, meet to discuss various things. Hence, some MLAs have dual responsibilities, one as an MLA and the other as a minister. This assembly was going to have a debate on a current problem. During this time, MLA can express their opinions and ask questions related to the issue or give suggestions about what should be done by the government. Those who wish to can respond to this. The minister then reply to the questions and try to assure the assembly that adequate steps are being taken. Next, working of state government. The legislative assembly can make new laws which are implemented by various departments such as health, education, agriculture, etc. It can also establish committees to solve particular issues. All the departments in the state governments are answerable to legislative assembly for their actions. People come to know about what the state government does through different means of mass media. The government is also answerable to people who elected it. So, working of the government. The head of the state is the governor, while the head of the government consists of the council of ministers headed by the chief minister. The leader of ruling party who form the government is the chief minister. All the MLAs sit in a place called the legislative assembly. The legislative assembly is a place where leaders debate and discuss on important issue and make important bills. In addition to legislative assembly, press conference is also a mode of knowing what the government does for the people. The government works through various departments like public works department, agriculture, health and education. The government has the power to make new law for the state regarding health and sanitation. Laws for the state are made by the state legislative assembly. Laws for the country are made by the union parliament. Press conference. Soon after the discussion in the assembly, there was a press conference organized by the health minister. Large number of people from different newspapers were present. The minister and some government officials were also present. The minister explained the step the government had taken. Reporters asked many questions at this meeting. This discussion were then reported in different newspapers. The following page has one such report. At last, glossary. Constituency. A particular area from which all the voters living there choose their representatives. This could be, for example, a panchayat ward or an area that chooses an MLA. Majority. This is a situation when more than half the number in a group support a decision or an idea. This is also called a simple majority. Opposition. This refers to elected representatives who are not member of the ruling party and who play the role of questioning government decisions and actions as well as raise new issue for consideration in the assembly. Press conference. A gathering of journalists from the media who are invited to hear about and ask questions on a particular issue and are then expected to report on this to the larger public. That's all. I hope you are understood all the topic from this chapter.